money out of your pocket before you leave. I mean, there's some...
Or adjust their financial behavior when tax rates go up. Is that true? Let's bring in the man with the evidence. Deroy Murdock, he is a Fox News contributor. First of all, are people leaving the United States? I mean, this is an international tax migration. Is that happening?
It is happening, Stuart. Last year, about 1,800 people left the United States, renounced their citizenship, and went overseas. They went for various reasons, but a big impetus behind this was people who said, look, I paid enough tax, I'm sick of this, I'm going to go somewhere else where I can keep more of my money.
1,800 people. That's not exactly a flood, but it's up from previous years, isn't it?
It's up from previous years, and it may continue to go up. And I think part of it is the higher taxes, and also this hectoring about, well, you're not paying your fair share, how dare you? And I think that a lot of the negative rhetoric out of Washington, primarily from President Obama and his allies, I think a lot of that is leading people to say, fine, I'm out of here, I'll go somewhere else where I'll be treated better.
All right, let's bring in the internal migration. Could you say that it is a flood of people leaving high-tax states to no or low-tax states? Can you go that far? Can you say it's a flood?
If it's not a full flood, I'd say it's a pretty swift river.
Good one.
Thank you. There's a book called How Money Walks by Travis Brown, to which I contributed a chapter, came out very recently. And he found in his research that between 1995 and 2010, $2 trillion worth of wealth packed up and left high-tax states like New York, California, Illinois, and went to low-tax or no-income tax states like Nevada, Texas, and Florida. And you see people packing up and generally moving to southern states where taxes are lower, and they leave with their money, they take their jobs with them, and people up here in the high-tax states suffer as a consequence.
Yeah, but more recently, I mean, California just imposed a 13.3% state tax rate at the highest level of income. I would have thought that that would really encourage out-migration, people leaving California. I mean, Rick Perry, governor of Texas, he's in California.
Absolutely.
He's saying, come on over to my state, come on over.
Absolutely.
Now, you mentioned $2 trillion worth of wealth up until 2008. Is that going to become a flood now?
I think you'll see more and more. I mean, a great example is Phil Mickelson, who lives in California. And just a couple weeks ago, he said, look, I think I'm going to make a major change. I can't take this anymore. Out of every dollar he makes as a professional golfer, he keeps 37 cents. 63 cents go to the government. Is that a fair share? You only keep 37 cents on the dollar? And so he may pack up and leave California. Tiger Woods left, I believe, I think it was California.
96.
96, quite some time ago. Went to Florida. A lot of these people go to Florida because there's no income tax.
Aren't the states like California going to turn around and say, hold on a second, you can't just walk away. You can't do that. We're going to impose some kind of, I don't know, exit fee, an exit tax. That's possible, isn't it?
It's entirely possible. I mean, I would describe this as sort of like financial barbed wire. You know, put financial barbed wire around the state, and if you dare run across the barbed wire, we're going to grab some money out of your pocket before you leave. I mean, there's something increasingly tyrannical about this sort of thing, and ultimately counterproductive. If you want more money for public services, you raise taxes to the point where rich people leave, they take their money, and you find that your revenues actually go down. If Jerry Brown wants more money for whatever is high-tech, high-speed rail or whatever, you ought to consider lowering taxes, letting people who are wealthy stay there and attract more people in. Rick Perry has a budget surplus. He's going to give back surplus money to the people there. He cut taxes. There's more revenue. Now he's going to give some of it back to the taxpayers because he's not able to spend it.
I think your message falls on deaf ears.
Completely deaf ears in places like California and unfortunately in New York, too.
All right, Deroy Murdock, always a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Good to see you, Stuart.